Hey y'all, hope you're doing well. So this actually will help you a ton on the reader response if you go ahead and watch this video, because I'm going to go ahead and post this. What it is I'm going to talk about the essay with you. So what I did was I took the essay and I went ahead and I marked, basically put comments on it like I would do if I were going to hand grade this assignment. And I wrote some things that I thought were good and worked for the essay, and some things that I didn't think were good and worked for the essay. So I want to talk about this. It's not going to be a very long video, so hop on board. So personally, when I was looking at this introduction, I didn't see a lot of problem with it. I just thought he was talking about businesses generating profits and what they do and what basically happens if you're not generating profits. And so then this person slides down to their thesis. And I decided to go ahead and call this whole thing that I underlined a thesis statement. And so basically, I'll show you what those numbers are. Businesses environmentally friendly management practices have benefits. 1, higher employee engagement. 2, positive images. And 3, lowered cost. Adopting going green as a business practice is effective long-term business strategy. So the argument is, I know it didn't say it well, but the argument is going green is effective, basically, for business. And so basically they're going to say that it has a higher employee engagement, positive public image, and lower cost. And so what that means is they've already organized the essay for you. Yay! Okay, so basically now we can just move on. So we see how the paper will be organized. Okay, so just like with our papers, we have to have some background information. And so this is the background paragraph. And I think this person got a little bit too stuck in the quotes, because I was looking at it here and I was like, okay, here's a quote, quote, and I was like, oh man, they just are too much quoting. So I know that since it is history, you probably will quote a lot here, or at least paraphrase a lot here. So I expect that, but I was like, man, this person needs to put a little bit more of his own voice in here. So, but I think this was pretty obviously the background history issue of the issue situation. So now, one thing that I love that this person did was topic sentences. I mean, immediately I know what they're going to talk about. Green business practices result in reduced cost and increased profits. There's my topic sentence. Easy. So I know exactly what this is going to be about. This person does, one thing that this person does, and we talked about this when we were doing MLA, but this person does not introduce any of the quotes. And so they should be saying, in his article, blah, 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 Pulaski says. And that's all he really needs to do there, but definitely she's not doing it. So I wish that person would introduce the quotes. Okay? And so I said, so they have this one little piece of evidence here, but I don't know that it completely fit in. So I said maybe more evidence to prove these points, because it's almost like he's like stating things and he thinks it's common sense, but I'm not sure that I think it is. So they may need more evidence to prove that these things were actually saving money. Okay? Moving on, so this underlined here is my next topic sentence. Adopting green business practices develops a more productive, profitable employees. So there we go. I thought they used good evidence here, and this one I thought was just a great sentence, so that worked. Good paragraph. My next one, it makes businesses look good. It makes their public image better. Topic sentence. Easy. Again, they didn't introduce the quotes, even though I think this was probably one of the best pieces of evidence that they used in here. So good. Now, what they had was refutation. And so basically, it says it's not viable. So, because it costs a lot to actually kind of get there. So, you have to spend money to go green, basically. So, that's the refutation. And I think he did a great job of kind of going back and saying, okay, well, here's what they say, and it does make sense. However, this is how they're wrong. And then we have our conclusion, which I thought was pretty good. I don't love this sentence. And sorry for that. I don't know why my brain couldn't spell conclusion when I was writing slowly. And so the works cited, this is what your works cited should look like, something like this. I don't think you'll need nearly as many sources. Really, you only need 3 for this paper. But that person had more. So what I went ahead and did was I also put good things and things that need work on this paper. So I thought the thesis was clear. It organized the outline of the paper, or outlines the organization of the paper. I thought the topic sentences were amazing. I just loved it because I was like, okay, this is exactly where we're going. uses pretty good evidence. There's one place where I didn't love it. Cites sources pretty well. Doesn't introduce them very well. The introduction and conclusion look good. And I think the refutation looks pretty good as well. It's pretty solid. So the works cited also look good. So then we go to my needs work. Organization. Now, the only problem is it's not in the same order. So whenever I look at, I'll go back. I've actually got this paper that I did in my hand, but whenever I go back, they say higher employee engagement, positive public image, and lowered cost. So if you put it in this order, in this sentence, put it in that order in your paragraph, or in your paper, because otherwise it's kind of confusing. And so he said higher employee engagement, but that was not the first thing he talked about. The first thing he talked about was lowered costs. And so 1, 2, 3. So paragraph 1 should be the first paragraph that you talk about, and then 2, then 3. So that was what I meant by that. So it's an easy fix, basically a copy and paste kind of fix, but still. So he doesn't introduce quotes in a few places, doesn't explain quotes in a few places, and that one paragraph where the history and background, I thought he just had too many quotes in it. The way he used the ellipses made it kind of hard to read. So I think the good things the student does in this paper outweigh the bad, because I mean these are pretty huge things, and these are not huge. I mean basically this is this organization thing here is a copy and paste fix. These are things that he could probably fix in I'm thinking no more than an hour. But if some of these problems were in here, like he didn't have good evidence or the organization was all off, then he would definitely not be able to do a paper and not fix that in like, an hour. So what would I give it? I actually think this is a pretty good paper. I think there were places where it had some problems, so I would have marked those, but I would say probably at, like, even on a bad day, I would probably still give this an A. I think it's at like a 90 paper. I don't think it's a 98 by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's probably a low A minus. So that's kind of where I am. If y'all have any questions, I'm going to post this, so if you listen to it all the way through, that's amazing, because it's really going to help you with your reader response. Y'all have a great day. Bye.